afternoon. I'm sorry I'm 2 days late, but since I was watching the baseball playoffs, I didn't get it, and I didn't get a chance to do the preview show on the regular day as I would like. So I'm going to do it now, and it's going to be in two segments today. Very, very short. So much so I'm not going to have the chat open today. So we're going to do the chat will remain closed until Sunday morning at 11 a.m. at the regular time. But let's remind everybody, win or lose, it's still all about the U. Well, we're now at a crossroads, folks. Saturday night, 7:30 on ESPN2. The opponent is North Carolina. I do not have to tell you the history there. They've beaten us 3 straight years. A lot of things going on. You know, I think, like I said, we're right now. I'm at my wit's end with Randy Shannon. Look what he's done. Look, I think, you know, a lot of fans are right at the end of their ropes with Shannon. Some want him off already. I'm almost there. We have got to win this ball game, because I do not need to tell you what would happen if we were to lose this game to North Carolina. It would be 4 straight years that we would have lost to Carolina were we to lose this game Saturday night. Guys, I just don't see that happening. But anyway, I'll get to that in the second segment. But by the way, Mark Jones and Bob Davey are calling our game tomorrow night on ESPN2 at 7:30. Now, let's look at North Carolina. You know about the suspensions. You know about the players not playing in this game. But last week they beat Virginia, and they did so convincingly. But they will not have Zach Penalto win this game. He was there. Look what they lose with Penalto. They lose their leading receiver. And they have 30, and they lose their receiving yardage leader in Penalto. But you know, when you look at Quentin Copeland and Kevin Reddick, they have 37 tackles each. They lead, and he leads the team. And Copeland leads the team in tackles for loss with 9, sacks 4.5, and 9 hurries. Now, as depleted as that Carolina defense is, they have 11 interceptions from 8 different players. The kicking game, just like us with Bosher, they have a very good one in Casey Bart, who's only missed 1 kick all year. He's perfect on extra points and 6 for 7 in field goal attempts. The thing with Bart is he has not attempted a field goal longer than 37 yards this year. In a close game, if it comes down to over 40, 50 yards, that could be an issue. C.J. Fiegels and Grant Sherlock are the punters. They split the duties this year. The punt returner is Denoris Searcy, who has 7.8 yards per return, and he shares kickoff return duties with Jerani Boyd. This Carolina, they lost Ryan Houston to suspension, but they have Johnny White and Sean Drawn carrying the load. White, he leads the team in carries and in yards per carry. Drawn has another 287 on 63, and they both have 4 touchdowns on the ground. You know the deal with T.J. Yates. Now, T.J. Yates has just 1 interception and 11 touchdowns this year. And he's second in pass efficiency and third in passing yards per game. The thing of that is, T.J. Yates is a kind of guy early in his career that would beat himself. He hasn't done that this year. But we're going to find out how good he is against our defense. We lead the nation tackle for losses 9.5 a game. We have 14 tackles in the loss again for a loss in their opener against FAMU, Ohio State. 11 at Ohio State, 9 at Pitt, 8 at Clemson, 6 against FSU, and 9 last week against Duke. Sean Spencer, our leader, with 10 tackles for loss. Vernon has 7, Regis 4.5. When I looked at the Virginia game I'll do the Virginia game in the next segment, but they blew out Virginia 44-10 last week. and we play Virginia the following week. But I'll say this now: we know we're going to have to step up in this game. When I saw Carolina against Rutgers in the second half, Rutgers let their foot off the gas. TJ just made Rutgers defense look like a high school team. I mean, we're going to have to absolutely step up in this game. We cannot do what Rutgers did when they played them earlier in the year, and that's get their foot off the gas. They force mistakes. See, Carolina is prone to turnovers. They're prone to turnovers. So what we're going to have to do, if we can force at least +3 in this game, I think we'll get that. I think we win this ball game. But here's the thing: no turnovers, we win this ball game. It's that simple. That's simple. So what I'm going to do in the next segment here is I'm only going to play 2 segments today. I'm going to do in the second and final segment today, in the shortened session, is I'm going to play the highlights from the Duke-Miami game. I'm going to play highlights from the Carolina game and play both press conferences, Butch and Randy. So I will do that in the next segment.